Hello.
Hello, welcome to ERS.
Thank you.
Glad you could come today. I'm Miss Wolfpack. I'm the instructor here, and just to tell you a little bit about the program, we're going to let you get some hands-on training here with my seniors.
Awesome.
And what we do is we do fire, police, and EMS.
Okay.
And we learn basic skills and work our way on up to more involved skills. We do all three. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have Isaac show you some things that we do with firefighters.
Okay. All right.
So the first year for the first couple months, the first thing you'll be doing is firefighting.
Okay.
We go over like hose evolutions. We do like knots, knot tying, and we also learn how to get into bunker gear. So do you want to go ahead and practice?
Bunker gear is the stuff they wear?
Yep. The stuff firefighters wear when they get into a fire.
Okay, so this protects you.
Yep.
All right, it looks heavy.
It is
All right,
pretty
so
heavy.
let's say we're at the fire station, right? That's where you would be.
Yep.
And you get the call in if there's a fire. So first thing firemen and women do is?
First thing to do is to take off your shoes.
Because we got to get our gear, right?
Yep.
All right, here's our gear. Is it always all ready like this to go?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
You guys want to be prepared.
How fast do you have to get dressed?
They want it to be done within a minute.
A minute. Ready, go.
Ready to step your feet in?
I might not be a minute quite yet, but all right.
Okay,
So,
go ahead and pull up the pants.
how much is all this stuff going to weigh?
25 pounds.
Oh, wow. That's a...
After we're all finished, it's probably an extra 50 to 70 pounds, depending on if you're wearing.
And what if you have to get someone out too then? Oh my. So you got to be pretty physically fit, I'd say, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Wow. How do I look?
Pretty good. Let's go ahead and zip it up.
Oh, man, all right.
Some gloves here too that
Oh,
you can
boy.
put on, and a helmet. Well, you can't put your helmet on.
Yeah, probably have to go without the helmet today because of the camera on my head, but... All right, I'm ready. So I'm all dressed now. What, we hop on the truck? Right?
Yes, so you go ahead and hop
Do you
on
have
the
a fire
and
truck
out the-
here?
We have a fire truck out in the fire tower we have outside,
Okay.
which I don't believe we'll be visiting today.
I think we'll have some clips of it at the end there. So this will be my helmet if I put it on. I have something on my head right now showing you guys. All right, so I got in the fire truck
First
and
thing
we're at
that
the
you
house.
need out of fire is water.
Right.
So you jump out of the truck, you go ahead and grab the hydrant wrench.
Okay.
So then first thing you do is come on, go ahead, open the side port.
With this?
Yep.
Okay.
You ready to
Oh,
go?
okay. Do I just, you have to keep
Yeah.
taking it off and going?
Yeah, or you can just get it with your hand sometimes too.
Oh, okay. Looks like I'm ready to go. Okay.
Then you take the hydrant wrench and put it up top. Then you go ahead and open the hydrant. That way.
So no water's coming out right now as soon as you take the cap off, right?
Correct.
This is going to open the water.
Yes, so go ahead and open the fire hydrant to allow to
The water to flow.
to get
Yeah.
trash, anything else that might be in the hydrant.
Oh, okay. So if this was real life, water be gushing out just to clean out kind of the pipes
Then
and
once
hoses and
you
that.
flush
Okay.
it, you can go ahead and close it.
So you close it back up. Okay. All right, we're closed.
Then once it's closed, you go ahead and take your supply hose.
Wow.
So then you can see on the ends here, there's little indicators.
Okay.
Put the indicator right at the edge there, and then go ahead and
This one?
just spin it to the right.
Oh.
And then once that's all hooked up, the driver of the truck will go ahead and get the other side hooked up to the fire apparatus you use to
Okay.
get the fire. So then you go ahead and when they call for water, you go ahead and open the hydrant, and then the truck has water for them to put on the fire.
So someone would tell you when to open it up.
Correct.
Okay. So do they always use the hydrant to get the water?
Not always. Sometimes they can use like lakes and ponds.
Oh, wow,
or
okay.
They can just use truck water.
And so the other end of this is you're holding that out there, spraying, huh?
No, that would go to the truck.
Oh, okay.
And then the truck has other hoses which you take.
All right, okay, so this is just taking the water to the truck, and then there's other hoses that take the water to put out the fire.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And some other gear that you might have to wear is over here?
Yep. So this is our SCBA mask, which you don't want to breathe in smoke. So
No.
You have to wear a mask to help to keep that smoke out. And then we have our own air that we breathe. It depends. It lasts anywhere from like 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how big the bottle is. But this keeps us safe, so we breathe normal air instead of the smoky air.
Right. Oh my gosh, so you might have to wear this too?
Yep.
But it's a lot of work, hard work, but it's very rewarding because you are literally saving people's lives, right? And
Yep.
their homes. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you like the firefighting side of it?
That's very fun.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, thank you. All right, so firefighting. All right, so let's head on over to the next part of this program. This is going to be our EMS, Emergency Medical Services, right?
Yeah,
And your name is?
I'm Jocelyn.
And what school do you go to?
I go to Plum High School.
Plum, okay, and you're a senior. And what do you want to do for a career?
I would like to be a paramedic.
Okay. All right, so we know if there is someone falls, if there's a car accident, someone's sick, cardiac arrest, you are the one that's going to show up to help provide care to them.
Yep.
En route to the hospital, and then once we get to the hospital, that's when the doctors and nurses would take over.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here? What is all this stuff we're looking at?
So that is a C-collar. It is going to be put on the patient before they're put on a backboard to
Okay.
get their neck stabilized. This right here is the AED. Most ambulances have them. They would give the heart a shock to try and restart the
Oh, right, okay.
like rhythm, and then you would like continue CPR. If that's a BBM, that's what you would use to do like to give them the breaths that they need.
Mm-hmm.
You do about 30 compressions to 2 breaths, and then this is just like
Oh, you can learn like
baby
infants?
stuff. There's
Oh, okay.
separate stuff
Yeah.
for infants and kids.
Wow. Yeah, because you never know who you're going to show up on or what kind of injury they
Yeah.
may have. So I imagine it's might be a little difficult to have to assess the severity of injury. You have to be a quick thinker and really know your stuff.
You have to move fast.
Absolutely, because it could be life or death, really. So, all right. So you learn a lot about medical stuff then, too?
Yeah.
A lot about things that could have happened to them and how to...
Yeah, anything that could be causing, like, why we're here, and
Mhm.
then everything in between.
What happened to this girl here, or this person here? They're down?
They're down.
Oh, no.
We've already performed CPR, so now we're gonna have to get this person on the backboard so we can get them to the
So in
ambulance.
this situation, the patient would probably have a C-collar on, but in order to get them on the backboard, you're going to log roll them onto their side,
Okay.
and then there would be another person there to assist you in
I'll be
pushing
that
the
person.
backboard right underneath of them,
Okay.
and then you would roll them back onto the board. And since you can see they're not completely on the board, you're going to move them down a little bit,
Okay.
and then right back up so that they're centered with the board.
Okay.
And then you would start.
So if someone was injured, this is to stabilize like their spine so they wouldn't be injured any further.
Yeah.
But you could be pulling someone out of a car to put them on this, or maybe rescuing someone that, fell down like a hill possibly, or if they're just maybe in their home and they're having like cardiac arrest possibly.
Yeah.
And this also stabilizes them for the ride that
Yeah.
they're going to be.
Just so that they can't injure themselves, nothing could happen. You want to make sure that the straps are loose when you do this, just so you're not pinching your patient or anything. You
Right.
can always tighten them later. And then up here, these pads are just going to give the patient a little bit more stability for their neck.
Okay.
And then that strap right there is going to go right across their neck. Not too tight.
Yeah.
And then pull that. And then this one right here is going to go right across the forehead. And then strap them too. And then after they're on the backboard, you would transfer them to the gurney.
Okay.
Would you mind helping me lift them?
Sure. Where should I go?
Right down at the end.
Okay.
You're going to stand straight with your feet shoulder width apart,
Okay.
and then bend down with your knees. You're going to hold the backboard from underneath,
Okay.
and then lift with your back, not your legs.
Okay.
And then
Even more, and then they get strapped in.
They get
would get strapped in.
So the board would even get strapped in then further.
Yeah.
And then you would push this onto an ambulance or possibly even onto like a life flight helicopter. Communicate then with the doctors and nurses once you get to the hospital.
The person in the back.
Person in the back. So they're going to tell them all about what they did or what happened and.
They'll give them a full report. They'll give them the assessments that they found.
Mhm.
They'll tell them what interventions they've done, like if they've given them oxygen, splinted, put them on a backboard, C-collar, whatever they've done for them.
Yeah.
And then they'll give them any other
Right.
information that they've gotten, and then also an estimated time of arrival.
Okay. So it sounds to me that communication is huge in this. I mean, even the
Very.
firefighter calling out, when to turn the water on. Good to work with all. All right. So the last component is our law enforcement. And you are?
I'm Sam.
You're Sam, senior
Yes,
from
I'm from Springdale.
Springdale. Okay.
Law enforcement and CSI investigation. You learn different type of laws and different cases that you might need to know, like about when you're actually arresting a suspect and all that. You need to know how to properly do it, and not that you're gonna do something illegal and get yourself in trouble or hurt the suspect. And different people, if there's suspects that are unarmed or if they have a weapon or anything like that, we would learn how to properly disarm them or how to go after them with what. If they're unarmed, we'd go after them unarmed. But if they have a weapon, we would go in with a weapon as well, stuff like that.
Okay. So this is like a whole
This is for
crime scene kit.
Yeah,
Very
this is
cool.
for picking up fingerprints. Fingerprints can be left at the scene anywhere, and they're really helpful because it helps determine who was at the scene and when.
Right.
And certain stuff like that. So you learn when to use different types of powder. Like there's white type of powder, and then there's black powder.
Okay.
You'd use black powder on something light, like white paper, or white anything.
Yeah.
And then white you'd use on something dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the opposite.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you learn how to properly, if you're pulling someone over for a traffic violation, how to do all the documentation for that. You learn about all the different crimes they can break.
Yes.
You learn how to properly search and
Yeah.
arrest someone.
Yeah, we learn what they need to do for us to search them. Like if they were speeding, we would be able to say that we were able to pull you over because you were speeding.
Mhm.
If we were seeing something in the car like a weapon and they said they didn't have a weapon, that would give us a reason to go and ask more questions, go search the car, stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. You learn about the Miranda rights.
Yes.
What
that's
you got to say to them.
Exactly. That's one thing that you have to learn so that you don't get yourself in trouble.
Right.
Because if you're arresting someone and you don't say that, you get yourself.
That protects you.
Yeah, it protects you more than them.
Do you know how to arrest someone?
Yes, we do learn how to arrest someone, and we learn how to do fingerprints.
Okay. I don't want to be arrested, but can we arrest someone right now?
Yes, we can arrest someone.
Who are we
right now.
arresting?
We're gonna arrest her. But you would have to tell them what to do because they're a criminal. They're gonna do whatever they want.
Mhm.
So you would tell them, go against the wall. I want both your hands against the wall, facing out. You would tell them to put their hands on top of their head, interlocking their fingers. You'd come up behind them. You'd hold here. You'd spread their legs apart so that they can't run, and then you'd leave your hand or your foot right there so they can't move as well.
Okay.
You would take a handcuff, go like this. You don't want to make it too tight. We also don't want it too loose because then they can also get out of it.
Slip out of it.
Yeah.
So your foot right there is preventing them from running, taking off.
Because if I were to search them right before this, which you're supposed to,
Mhm.
you would have potential risk of them running away because you're not looking or
Right.
Yeah. And then one thing you do learn is that all cuffs have a double lock, and it prevents it from them hurting themselves.
Oh.
So that they can't close in the handcuff anymore on themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then you would take them, and then you'd be like, okay, we're going. You'd read off their Miranda rights, and then you'd go put them in a car.
So you're gonna put them in the car,
Yeah.
drive them down to the station to book them, right?
Yes.
And then what do you do when you book them?
They would more than likely want to figure out who this person is if they had a previous crime or anything like that. So we'd have to fingerprint them and see if they had fingerprints on file.
All right. Well, since she's all cuffed up, you can fingerprint me, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. So what do we gotta do?
So I'll take your hand,
Okay.
and then make sure you get ink all over your finger.
Oh, you do them all at once then? Okay.
Yeah. So make sure you get enough. You want to go from the outside, like this, and then go in like that.
Oop.
And you got two there. And then you go like this. That's a little
All
close,
right,
but-
so we've covered all 3 areas. And what is your career path? What are you
I
looking to
would
get
like
into?
be an EMT.
An EMT as well.
Yes.
Okay. Coming out of this program, are you able to do that? Like, do you guys get the right certifications to do that?
Yeah, we get an EMT certification if you're able to complete the test at the end of your senior year.
Okay.
And then some places, like where we're taking our test, you can even get a job right out of high school that has benefits and a pretty good starting pay.
But if you have
Awesome.
any interest in first responders, law enforcement, firefighting, EMT, there's a lot of career paths you can go into coming out of each of these areas, and you can definitely enroll in this for next school year. All right, well, I thank you guys all for showing me around. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for keeping all of us safe in the future, too.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.